Alright, so we're going to go over the brand new CMC 92 HD lift. I've got it all set up now. Even got my Yeti mount. I put it right there on that thing. I did not put it right here or on the other side because this basket oscillates all the way around and it closes up probably about that far from this area right here. That's going to be better anyhow because I'll be able to just reach right over it and grab it and, you know, get me some water or whatever. I mix all my stuff. I either mix Squincher or Gatorade. I order that stuff bulk, and the concentrate by the case off Amazon. It's what I mix in there, and I have it's half gallon. And I have another gallon, one of those that I keep in there to re-top that off with as the day goes. So anywho, so here's the Howlette right here, the 5533, and it is already sold. By the way, he's gonna come get it this next weekend, get it picked up and everything. So it's ready to go here. I've got it all the way extended all the way up. Just where we can get a little comparison between the two of them. I don't have the outriggers all the way down with it jacked all the way up or anything, but so to get the 92 foot out of this one, you have to put the track, you have to get it all the way up. It'll pick those tracks up approximately 37 inches off the ground. So technically I could back up wherever I was going to work, not even unload it off the trailer, put the outriggers down and go to work, go to town right there, you know, from that area. I can either load it by running it up to tilt, or I can just leave the trailer down and then put the outriggers down, back up under it, come back out. Either way. It has a little Kubota diesel engine on it. That's what it has on it. It's got a 10-gallon fuel tank on it. Didn't really hardly burn much fuel either, so that's pretty cool. Which I'm not really worried about the fuel consumption. I just want to know how high to go. I want to go as high as it'll go, and the side reach out on it. I believe the side reach on it, I think the total on it is 48 foot laterally. But the trick to that is you can't be, there can't be over 175 pounds in the basket weight, and it's got load cells right here on it. So on my remote control for it, it'll tell you how much weight's in the basket. I normally weigh on, when I get up in the mornings, don't have any clothes on or anything, I'm about to 172, 173. So when I get dressed, put my boots on, obviously I'm more than that 175. So when you're over that 175, it will allow you to go out to 35 foot lateral. But then as you pivot up, as the arc curve goes up, you can keep going out. So once you go all the way out, you can go all the way up to get to the 92 foot. All right. So it does have a remote with it. The remote runs the entire machine. The remote's in there. I'll go get it in a minute and show it to you. Remote is very expensive. It costs $7,000. So we'll, I've already got it open. On the remote, you can put the outriggers down on it, and you can hit, it has an open function, and it will open it up just like this right here to get it all the way up to this point. And you extend the telescope out to get it to where you can actually, you know, where you can get in the basket here. So we're going to get in the basket and we're going to play a little bit. It is rated for 500 pounds in the basket. It's a 2-man basket on this one. I've got the fiberglass basket also, but it comes, the fiberglass one is a 1-man basket. It comes with it. And again, it's a 1-man basket. It's not a lot of room in it, and it's not a lot of room to I like to kind of, what I consider nesting. I like to get all my stuff, so I got a scabbard here and a scabbard right there too. And then of course my Yeti water jug right there where I can grab it. And then I put a little basket that has my straps and everything on it right here where I'll have it. And then if I have a pulley or anything like that, or my rope or whatever, I'll just have it down there in the bottom. Man, you ain't got that option on the fiberglass one. So you have to order this basket with the lift. Well, you can order it after you get the lift, but this basket costs approximately $3,000. Like I said, the fiberglass one comes with it. You can fold this thing up. I was kind of debating on whether to take that thing slap off or not. I'm not sure. If I can remember to fold it up, like if I'm working in a tree or something, or I'm not catching it on limbs, I'll leave it on there. But if I have trouble remembering to fold it up, I'm gonna end up just taking it off. That's what I'm gonna do. So there is no hole anywhere in this thing to get the sawdust out, which I can scoop it, or I can suck it out with my shop vac. You know, probably scoop the most of it out. I looked at the bottom of the basket. It's actually got cross members all up under it. So I may end up punching me a couple of like 1-inch holes, or maybe 1.5 inch hole, maybe one over here and maybe one over here or something, to where I can just kind of kick the sawdust out. Because I've been in rooks, man, when it's been like, you know, 2 or 3 inches deep in here. So you're going to have to keep that cleaned out. You got 2 places to hook in your lanyards right there for your safety harness. But this is it all spread out. So we're gonna crank it up. You can do everything from up here. You can start and stop it from right here, and we'll go over a bunch of different things on it. It's a very, very cool machine. A lot of these, the joysticks have a lot of multi-functions on them. So you drive it and everything, work the tracks, expand the tracks, in and out, everything from these joysticks right here. And so the left one is your main boom, what I would call your main boom, your number 1 boom, and your swing right here, the way it is right now. If you crank it up, this is, you know, up and down, and then left and right as far as your swing goes on this thing. And then this one over here is your second boom and your telescoping and everything. So you can work your jib right here by activating the green, and then you can work your tilt on your basket right here by holding the blue down. You got to push and hold it. And also, if you want to oscillate the basket, turn it left or right, this also works off the green right here too. Okay, so we're going to go up. We're going to crank her up. Hit that button right there to crank it, and that's all you do. So this thing telescopes obviously right here, but it also telescopes on the main too. The way the telescopes on the main works is when you get the main boom all the way up. When it comes all the way up, then it transfers and starts telescoping up. So the main boom is all the way up right now. So if I want to telescope that one, I just hit this right here, and it'll start. See, it starts going up. There's 2 sections in that thing. So you got 3 engine speeds on this dude too. So it's in this low right now, and then when I push that and that starts blinking, you'll hear it. You hear it kind of key up, makes it go even faster. And you got one more. It doesn't make the engine go any faster, just speeds the hydraulics up. You can multifunction on this thing, so I'm actually telescoping up and swinging at the same time, which is cool as heck. See, I'm gonna swing over here toward the palette, and I'm lifting at the same time. If I wasn't holding this camera, I could actually work one more function too. About where I want to be. So see, we're still telescoping on the main boom right now. All right, we're all the way up on the main boom. I'm gonna suck the telescopes in on this one right here. We're gonna pull it back in, and then I'll go up with the second boom here. All right, it's all the way up now. That is, we're going toward the Howlette up there. All right, so now I'm gonna go up with my second boom. Real smooth. All right, I'm almost at the Howlette right here. All right, let me see here. I'm gonna go a little bit more. Get about even with it. All right, we're about even with the Howlette right now. Okay. So that's 55 foot to the bottom of that basket right there, where that thing is sitting right now. You can actually push the outriggers all the way down on the Howlette and get pushing right at about 2 more foot out of it, so you can get that bottom of the basket up to about 57 foot, which will put you about, you know, 62, 63 foot, reaching, you know, a normal guy, 5'9", 6 foot tall guy, something like that, you know. So you can see where I'm at right here. I'm not even all the way up with my second boom right there at all. And of course I hadn't telescoped out any yet. So I bumped the throttle down on it back to where it's on the lowest speed it'll go, for obvious reasons. I think most people would when they get up this high, because I want it to be smooth, you know what I mean? I don't want no herky-jerky stuff, man. Herky-jerky stuff when you're up real high is not fun. It makes your butt pucker, man. Alright, so there's the Howlette right there. You can see we're with the second boom up, I don't know, we're probably bottom of basket, maybe, well, I can't, it's hard to tell right here, like looking straight down at it. Maybe 12 foot or so, I don't know. We're gonna rotate this thing a little bit where I'm back. And it keeps the basket level for you wherever you're at. Alright, now we're gonna go on up with the telescope here. And you can see them coming out down there. So we got 2 of them to go all the way. See, we're climbing, man. You'll see the difference in my house as we go up. We still got a little ways to go. That's all, folks, right there. All right, so I can cut it off. All right, so we're turned off. You can see the house over there. See, I'm way higher than that sweet gum on the side of my driveway right there. Way taller than that one right there. Taller than all those trees there. And of course you see how much higher I am than the Howlette is down there. And looking straight down, it's a pretty good little piece. So yeah. Alright, so to crank it up, you just hit the button again right here. Crank it up. Alright. So one cool feature about this machine is, see, it's got that home button right there. You can press and hold that home button down and it will close the machine up. Cut it off. It'll close the machine up. So if you're telescoped out and extended out everything, it'll do that first. It wants to suck it down as close as it can, get it back tight. Then it will find center of the cradle is what it'll do. It'll find that center then it'll start going down with everything, with the stick boom and the main boom and all that stuff. So rather than trying, because sometimes it's a little hard, even like on the Howlett, to kind of line that thing up, especially if you're way up like I am right now. It's hard to kind of tell where you're at in the rotation. It does have some lines down there on the swing bearing that you can see when you're on the ground. You can't see them while you're up here. But anywho, so yeah, we can crank that thing up. It's real stable too. I mean, wind's not blowing today or anything, so I can hold this home button down. Now the trick to the home button working is you have to have the basket centered. It's got a magnetic sensor on it there. You can see it's going straight down right now with both telescopes, with the second one's going kind of slow. The one on the main boom is going real fast. And I'm just holding that one button. So if I was like rotating around, as long as there's nothing in the way, like a limb or something like that, you know, it don't have no proximity switches on it, so something's in the way. So as long as nothing's in the way, you can just sit there and hold that button down, you know, and everything. And see, it's lined up. See the home, that light on that home switch is on right now. That lets me know that it's lined up with the cradle. I was a little bit off on it a while ago. So what I do is, like when I worked out of it, that's all I want, is to get to right here. Then when it gets right here, I go ahead and take over and pull all the rest of my stuff down, because I can actually do it a little bit faster than what, so I can bump it up here and we'll go on down pretty quick. So with just the two booms on it, you're almost as high as a Howlett will go. With the two booms all the way, well, with them up with no telescope. That's what I'm trying to say. Of course, you can drive this thing from the basket to your tracks, all that stuff like that right there. Now, if I cradle this thing like this, I can't get out of the basket because I'm so high off the ground. But with it being like this, all I got to do is raise the outriggers on it and then unhop out of the basket. We got to get this stick down, then we can go ahead and finish cradling it. I would normally be running both functions at the same time, but I got this camera in one hand. So I'm working both of them at the same time. We're cradling it now. Make sure the cradle's good. Felt it. Now we'll go on down with the second boom. And I'll show y'all how this basket oscillates right here. Alright, so remember what I said, you gotta flip this, you gotta hit this right here. Then you can work the jib. That's working the jib right there. or you can work the basket, either one. See, there's a basket. You can swing it all the way, it'll go all the way 90 right there. So you can see why I didn't put the Yeti down there, which I didn't really want it down there anyhow, because that's where it was on the Howlett, and you just have to reach down to get it every time. This will be a lot more convenient right here, and just grabbing it right there. All right, so from right here, well, actually with it jibbed all the way up, as long as this cradle right there, you can lift the outriggers. So even with me jibbed up, I'll go back up, I'll jib back up. All right, we're all the way up. Now, we can lift the outriggers now. Anytime these lights are on right there, you can lift the outriggers. So we're going to pick them all the way up. I had that front right pad. It was turned around backwards over on me a while ago. All right, so I can take off driving with it right now if I want to from right here in the basket. I'm gonna go ahead and pick these outriggers all the way up. And you can drive it with the outriggers lowered down. That obviously this thing's narrow. So if you turn it over, it's a boom on it, okay? So if you're gonna track it and you're gonna be on some funky stuff, you need to put the outriggers, you know, lower them and drive with it like that. It's okay to do that. That way, if something happens and you do tip, the outriggers will catch it and it won't tear nothing up on it or anything like that. There have been a lot of these things that have been turned over. Folks have turned them over. I do have the tracks extended all the way out on it right now to the travel wide position. The only time you suck the tracks in is when you're going through something that's narrow. This thing will fit through a 35-inch wide opening is what it will fit through. So you can, like I said, you can run it with the tracks with the outriggers down to catch it in the event that it tips. You can also, if you get on an incline, say the machine is tilted, you can suck that track in where it will level the machine back out too. You can do that. I did that yesterday on the job that I was on. So I'm good. So this is the remote control that controls it there. Everything on it. It even gives you the weight that's in the basket. It tells you that there on it when you've got it paired back to the machine. It's got a waist strap on it. Everything's proportional on it too. So yeah, but that's it in a nutshell. What'll work pretty good for me. It put me at a different level of doing things, no pun intended, because of the height, and then being able to get into more crazy areas with the machine and setting it up, you know, going through these tight backyards. Because I've had some since since I've had the other lift that I've actually had to do, you know, from a rope and everything. It just couldn't get in the backyard because it was just too tight of a access to get in there. But yeah. So anywho, I'm gonna cut this video on off, and hope y'all have a great day. We'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.